right. Well, I'm going to let Baz jump in with our get to know you questions, and then we'll ask about
Okay.
the stuff you've got coming up.
Okay.
All right. So in this year of Back to Basics, what is your least favorite word?
Okay, so I could not come up with just one answer for most of these questions. Um, However, this is just a category, and my least favorite word would be any keyword spoken by a corporate motivator. They come to your company to motivate you to do something on behalf of your administration, your C-level hallway. Yeah, no, any word in that, just right in the pot. We can walk away without having acknowledged that those words exist. That would be great.
Yeah, I get it. My husband grinds his teeth every time he hears "to the next level."
Oh yeah, yeah, and I am currently listening to a lot of these speeches, so that probably tells you why
Oh, that
these,
probably is a contributor. Yeah,
these words
absolutely.
are hitting my stomach a little
Right,
heavily
right.
these days. Yeah.
All right. Well, what's your favorite word?
Again, could not choose one, but you might notice a theme here. Coffee, hazelnut, spice, latte. I'm, you know, do I need to explain this?
No, we got
No,
it.
I think it's all things Java.
Yeah, the funny thing is, as much as I'm obsessed with coffee, most of the time I choose decaf. I am not here for the caffeine. I genuinely love coffee to the ends
The
of the earth.
taste, yeah. There you
Mm-hmm.
go. All
Yeah.
right. Well, what turns you off?
Dashboard notifications in the car. The little light
Yeah.
comes on. You just
Yeah.
complicate my month or my week. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Mm.
Okay. Well, conversely, what turns you on?
Universal health care and basic income.
Yeah.
I
Why
mean, that
not?
is the sexy shit.
I'm telling you, the Scandinavians have it figured out. All right.
Yeah.
So, what sound or noise do you hate?
Leaf blowers. When that comes on, not only are we just blowing leaves outside, the wind is already doing that, but
Yeah,
no,
right.
you decide where those leaves belong, and they'll be back in your driveway in 10 minutes. But also the waste of the fuel, the
And carbon fuel at that.
right, and the noise pollution and all that. I mean, I recognize that for accessibility reasons, we need to clear walkways and driveways and all that kind of stuff for people who cannot reliably walk on a squishy, slimy pile of leaves. Absolutely. But you can do that with hardware. You do not need an automated mechanism. If that were a jetpack, though, I would have a totally different feeling about that noise. I would be like, hand it over. Can I get a turn? Whatever. But I don't feel that their purpose right now is really benefiting humanity. Jetpack, please.
All right. All right. Well, what sound or noise do you love?
Lately it's been lo-fi hip hop. I have just been putting that on in the background like constantly. But I would say that's only because I put really good insulation in my office when we built it, and I cannot hear the sounds of nature. So I would much rather be listening to like crickets and frogs, or I mentioned growing up on boats. I mean, the wind just going through whatever. It doesn't have to be a full sail. It can be knocking a line against a metal pole. There's like a ding, ding, ding you hear in boatyards a lot. And
Right.
it's just the setting. And then we also, our boatyard was near our train line. So like the whistle blow of a distant train is also a lovely sound. I told you I've got a lot.
Oh,
I
that's
appreciate
fun.
it a lot. And I'm learning to love more things
Yeah,
as
well, there you go.
I learn to value life. So, these lists are only getting longer.
Right. Okay. Well, what's your favorite curse word?
Shit. No question there. I don't say it. I don't say it as much as I used to, but there is something real satisfying about the build-up, the shh, and then the percussive ending with that nice hard T. It's very satisfying.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, what profession would you not like to do?
What did I put for that? No, I can't remember. Oh, and this is out of mad respect, a daycare instructor. I know my limits. I know my limits, and I am not the person to lead a daycare class. And it's not because I think it's a terrible profession. The people who do it are, valuable in
Warriors.
our society. Warriors. Yeah, they hold up our society if you really think about it, because not only are we all supposed to have careers, but we're also supposed to have like the 2.5 kids or whatever. So, I mean, it's very important that they exist. I just am very glad I am not one of them, and anyone with a child should be too.
Okay. Well, what profession other than your own do you dream of attempting?
Marine biologist. That was one of my plans as a teenager. I was going to become a marine biologist, but I live on the East Coast, and our water is a little bit foggy and muddy, and I didn't really think that I was going to get to study much without having to go to California or something like that. And so I went on a different path. I went to art school. I have learned since then, I was kind of wrong about what marine biologists can accomplish on this side. And of course, we got sharks up the wazoo these days. So I do kind of feel like I missed out on something. I could have been a marine biologist that drew a lot of marine biology images and posters. But as it turned out, I'm doing fine. And, we have to let go.
You got flesh-eating mermaids. What more do you?
Yeah, and that might be part of where that came from.
All right. See? Well, there it all worked out. All right. Well, final question. If you believe in an afterlife, what would you like to have waiting for you?
What would I like to have waiting for me? See, I thought it was what will be waiting for me. So I will answer that question first. More cats than my lap can fit is what I was expecting to run into when I got there. I have a lot of cats who have been like, okay, where have you been? Sit down, because that lap is ours. What would I like to have waiting for me? All those cats, honestly. Like, I'm looking forward to that.
And
There
maybe
you
a
go.
coffee plantation.
Yeah. I mean, if we can taste coffee in the afterlife, absolutely. Like,
There you go.
I will be
why
sitting
not?
in a room where the carpet is made of coffee bean, and there'll be coffee, there will be cats,
And you'll have every cat named after a coffee. Come here, Mocha.
Yeah. Strangely enough, I've never had a cat named after coffee, and that is probably a complete oversight on my
Well, it's
part.
probably a pain to call for macchiato every time you're doing a feeding.
Or have a cat show up when I'm making my morning coffee, and
There you go. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's fraught with perils. Well, you made it through the list. Yay!
Yeah, I did it. I'm very proud of myself for rereading the email and preparing for this and noticing that there was an attachment. About 2 hours ago, I would not have had a ready answer for any of this. I'm very proud of myself. I've grown as a person.